Hey there. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what time it is. Come on in, everybody. It is Wow Wednesday. Come on in. Let's have a quick conversation on today. I'm so super excited to be on live with you today for Wow Wednesday. Come on in. Again, I hope that you are having a wonderful Wednesday. I certainly am. I hope you are as well, having a wonderful Wednesday. It's Wild Wednesday. Come on in. If you're on live with me today, let me know. Give me some hearts, some thumbs up. Say hey, jump on, wave at me, and let me know that you're on with me today. Hey, over there on Instagram. Hey, Insta family. Hey, Facebook family. Hello. Hi, Milton. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Again, I'm Tammy Durden. So super excited to be on live with you today. Hello. Hey, LaDon, thank you so much for joining. Come on in, everybody. Again, it is Wow Wednesday. I hope that you have had a wonderful Wednesday. I certainly have. So I'm going to give just a moment to invite some others to join us. Again, if you're joining, go ahead and let me know that you've jumped on with me today and let me know. Again, I am so super excited to be on live with you today. It is Wow Wednesday. So let me know about your day. How is your week going? How is your day going? What's going on in your world? I hope that you've had some wins and successes already this week. If you have, go ahead and drop it in the comments and let me know what wins, what successes you've experienced already on this week. And you know, I want to celebrate you. I believe in celebrating the successes of others. I think it's important to uplift, to encourage other people along their journey, and any win that you have along the way, it's important to be grateful for it. It's important to celebrate those successes as they come along. So come on in, come on in. So as I'm inviting a few more people to join us on today, I'm going to take the liberty of introducing myself to those who may not be familiar with me. I am Tammy Durden, international speaker, author, and image consultant. And what professional women, female entrepreneurs, and women in ministry hire me to do is to help them identify their authentic style and transform their image into something amazing. I am the image maker. And you know, how we show up in the world matters. It is so vitally important. How we show up in the world matters. That's our inner image. That's our outer image. You know, our inner perspective, our attitude, you know, our emotional state, our outer image, how we present, our dress, our mannerisms. All of these things are important. Sometimes a small flaw in your image can stop you from getting a promotion, can stop you from getting your next client, can stop you from connecting with your soulmate or your king that's trying to find you. So it's important to make sure that we show up in the world as our highest and best selves. Now, in addition to being the CEO of Tammy Durden International, I am also the founder and executive director of Tammy Durden Ministries International. We are a global women's empowerment organization, and what we do is help women push past setbacks, identify their purpose, and propel them forward to reach their divine destiny. And so one of the big things that we do every year is our annual Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win Women's Empowerment Conference. I'm so excited about it. You know, Get Up and Win has become a movement. It started out as a book, so I am the author of the book, Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win. And so 5 years ago, it started out as a book, but now it has evolved into a movement. So excited about that. This is the 5th year of our conference. God has blessed us to go 5 years strong. We've been all over the world in different countries with Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win. Just very blessed to be chosen to be used by God in that capacity to empower women globally. And so this year in Houston, Texas is the Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win conference, where men are invited this year because we're having the worthiness experience. The worthiness experience. We're talking about worthiness in marriage, being worthy in business, worthiness in your singleness, in dating, in relationships. You know, life happens to the best of us. Sometimes our marriages hit a rocky point. Sometimes we've been divorced. You all know, some of you know my story. I've been divorced twice. And so the enemy will tap you on the shoulder and make you want to believe that you're not worthy of being married again. You're not marriage material. You're not good enough. Nobody wants you. You know, it's over for you. But the devil is a liar. And so some of us are hiding in secret, listening to the whispers of the enemy, thinking that we're not worthy of God's best. But we're going to take the lid off of that on October 5th. We have an amazing lineup of speakers that will pour out some godly wisdom. So excited about that. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, be sure to go to getupandwin.com and grab your tickets today. We do have some table ambassadors that have reserved tables that may have some discounted tickets at the rate of $35. If you're interested in either being a table ambassador or seeing if there are any more table tickets left with the ambassadors for $35, inbox me and let me know. But it is going to be life-changing. Our conferences are never your typical church conference or traditional conference in that sense. We always bring together the spiritual and the practical because we need both of those components. If we want to navigate in life and be successful and live the lives that God designed and created us to live, we've got to have the spiritual and we have to have the practical components to bring those things together so that we can live our best lives. God wants us to live our best lives. He wants us to know that we're worthy of his best that he has for us. So it's time for us to stop listening to the lies and whispers of the enemy and know whose we are and who we are. We're going to do that at Get Up and Win 2019 on October the 5th. We have virtual tickets available if you're not in the Houston or surrounding areas to join us for the entire event. We're going to have Dr. D. Ivan Young talking about in his breakout session, will the real men please stand up? So if you're a boss woman and you're out there and you're doing your thing and you're wondering where are the quality men, will the real men please stand up? Dr. D. Ivan Young is going to give us some insight on that. Bring your questions. It's going to be a flaming breakout session. Then we have Brennan Angel Rhodes. Brennan Angel Rhodes are relationship experts as well. They're going to be talking to the singles, men and women. They're going to be talking to the singles, letting us know how to prepare for marriage. What do we need to do to be getting ready? Because a lot of times we say, oh, I'm ready to get married, but ready means prepared. Are you prepared? And so Brennan Angel is going to share some wisdom with us about that. And then we have the amazing Dr. Scott Davenport. He's going to be talking to the married couples. And so if you're married, if you want some more tips, tools to help you have a better marriage, or maybe you're struggling a little bit with marriage and you need some answers and you want some help. How many of you know the days of being ashamed of getting help are over? There's no need to be ashamed. There's no need to hide or sweep it under the rug. But if we need help in these areas, now is the time. Dr. Connie Stewart is going to be talking to us about business, worthiness in business, and charging your worth. And so she's going to do an amazing job with that. Christy Arnold is coming with us all the way from Kansas. She's going to be talking to us about loving ourselves. You know, that's the beginning of knowing your worth, loving yourself. And so I'll be the keynote speaker that day. So I'll wrap the whole day up, all the things that we talked about, and close that thing out. We're going to have a great lunch. We're going to have Pastor TJ and the band there. We're going to have a live band with live music. Our featured vocalists, they're going to set the atmosphere for an atmosphere of worship, an atmosphere for the presence of the Lord, because we're believing for miracles to take happen. We're believing for divine connections to be made. We're believing God to restore marriage, to heal people from their past hurts. We're believing God to do some amazing things in the lives of his people that day. I asked God at the beginning of the year, I said, God, what do you want to share with your people this year at Get Up 2019? What do you want them to know? What do you want? Initially, I asked him his daughters, because typically Get Up is a women's conference. And he said, I want you to let them know that they're worthy. They're worthy in relationships. They're worthy in business. I want you to bridge the gap between men and women so that that information, wisdom gets out to them to bridge that gap. I know so many single men, so many single women, and we're all in our separate zones. But God says, I I need you to bridge the gap. So we're bringing together all this wisdom in one day, in one room, so that we will have the godly wisdom, so that we can come together, so that our marriages can be restored. I know so many people that have been married 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years that are still not happy. I see people at 30 years getting divorced, 30 years in marriage. So it's time to get the godly wisdom and the help that we need so that we can live the lives that God has designed and created us to live. So again, be sure to, you can go to our official event site at getupandwin.com, or you can go to bit.ly/getupandwin19 and register for the conference. If you want to have a couples table, be a table ambassador and invite other couples to come, again, at that discounted rate. And your life will be blessed and make the difference. So again, thank you so much for joining, everybody. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, John, thank you for jumping on. Hey, Ben, thank you for joining. Hey, Khaled, thank you so much for joining. Charles James, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Marva, thank you for the love. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Jennifer Wade. Hey, sis. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you all for jumping on and joining the broadcast on today. Hey, Baron, thank you so much for joining. Hi, Michael. Kenneth Wallace, thank you so much for joining. Hey, Michael Sledge, thank you for joining. Katrina Moore, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all the love today. Hey, Andre, thank you for joining. Yes, Jennifer. Yes, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you, sis. And you're so right. The devil is a lie. He is defeated and has no place in our lives because God has an amazing plan for our lives. You know, some of us, especially as single women, some of us have given up on love. Some of us are thinking that there's nobody else out there for me. Some people have been on the dating scene so long, they have been disappointed so many times, you know, let down, and you're discouraged and defeated because you think that the pickings are slim. You know, some men are discouraged because, you know, they've tried to date women and it's just not working out. And so, you know, people are discouraged and feel defeated and feel like all the good ones are taken or all the good ones are already married. I'm just keeping it real because those are some of the things that, you know, thoughts that we have that, you know what, let me just settle in my singleness because this foolishness out here, you know. And so God says, no, it's not over. It's not over. That he has already pre-selected your king, your queen. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. So it's not over. And so that's another reason why I'm so excited about Get Up, Dust Yourself Off and Win 2019. I'm expecting a shift in my life. I hope you're expecting a shift in your life for the better. And you know, when you're on the verge of something great, when God is about to shift something in your life, that's when the adversary comes. That's when the challenges come. That's when you start feeling overwhelmed. That's when you start feeling like it's too much, you know. And so I know that God is on the brink of doing something great in our lives. And you're so close to the finish line. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Don't turn back. It is not over, but if you can just hang in there, there's a blessing in store for you. So I'm excited about that. I know that at the conference, there's going to be some breakthrough in that room. There's going to be some divine release in that room, some answers you've been waiting on, some things that you've been seeking God for, and you've been like, when, God, when? Or why, God, why? God is going to release some breakthrough in that room that day. I'm so super excited about it. Intercessors are already praying. Yes. Intercessors are already praying for it. And so if you're expecting something in your life, I dare you to go get your ticket right now. bit.ly/getupandwin19. Now, I wasn't going to get back on that, but God is leading me that way. So I'm going to be obedient in that. And so you want to make sure there's something about the power of showing up. The power of showing up. When you show up, because oftentimes God has already prearranged things. He's already aligned some things in your life. And so it's important to show up. It's important to be in the right place at the right time for the blessing. Because oftentimes God wants to connect you with someone. Oftentimes, how many of you know all it takes is one word to shift your life in a major way? And so oftentimes it's up to us to be obedient and move how God says move, and to do things in his timing and not our own timing. And so that's so important. So I encourage you today, if you're expecting God to do something, this is the 5th year of our conference. The number 5 represents favor. So not only is it the 5th year of our conference, but it is on October 5th. So I know that God has already set up. He has already prearranged some supernatural favor, a double dose of favor for those who will be in that room on today. He's going to do the amazing, the miraculous. He's going to reveal some things you've been struggling with, some things you've been uncertain of, some things you've been unsure of. God is going to bring revelation that day, not only to you. If you're married, your husband needs to be there. Your wife needs to be there, because the things that you haven't been coming together on, there's been some disagreement. There's been some, who am I talking to? There's been some discord in the home where you haven't been in agreement and you haven't been in alignment with your marriage. God says show up, because he's going to bring that thing together. He's going to bring some clarity for your situation. He's going to bring some answers for your problems. He's going to bring some solutions for your situation. And so if that's you today, I encourage you, go to bit.ly/getupandwin19. You want to be in the room that day. God is going to do some supernatural things. You don't want to be that one that hears about it later and somebody has to say you should have been there, because we received breakthrough. God did some amazing things, some life-changing things. And so I just encourage you to be there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, Titus, thank you so much for joining. Crystal, hey, Crystal, thank you so much. I see some people that have already registered that are on the live today. Thank you guys so much for registering in advance and not waiting to the last minute. I appreciate you. Hey, Thisha, good evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Stacy. Yes. Hey, Brandy. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Sandra. How are you? I've been missing you. Thank you for jumping on. Hey, Robert. Thank you for joining. Hello. Hey, Nathan. Thank you so much for jumping on. So we've just been chatting a little bit, and I've just been sharing on my heart as God is pointing to me right now, just pointing right out to you, not scripted, not something that I was prepared to talk about or to share again. Brandy says, what's the website again? Brandy, go to getupandwin.com. LaDon, if you can drop it in for me again. You can go to getupandwin.com, or that's the official site. You get to see all the speakers, everybody who's going to be there, and you can register there. Or you can go straight to registration at bit.ly/getupandwin19 for more information. So I hope to see you there, Brandy. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much. Listen, hey, Hilario, thank you so much for joining. So I just wanted to share a little bit again. I just shared what God placed on my heart at that moment, but I also want to share some other things that he shared with me today. And so one of those things is, and what we'll have our discussion surrounding this evening is, hey, on Insta, hey, Shandia, thank you for joining on Instagram. So our topic today is, it is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you, LaDon. It is what it is. You know, a lot of times we say that. And so in reference today, what I'm talking about, it is what it is. We go through things in life, and oftentimes we want to hide it. If it's ugly, maybe it's abuse. Again, I've been divorced twice. You know, my second husband attempted to molest my daughter. You know, the ugly stuff, a lot of times we want to hide, right? Or things that we're embarrassed about, we want to cover up or sweep under the rug. Maybe it's a family secret. Maybe it was some incest or something that happened in the family. Maybe you were abused by your mate, your spouse, somebody you're in a relationship with, and we want to hide it. We want to tuck it under the rug. We want to pretend that it never happened. But now, it's time to face that thing and say, hey, it is what it is. It's ugly. It didn't feel good. It happened. I got fired from the job. I got laid off from the job. I had to file bankruptcy. Whatever it is, some of you know, I was dating a guy, and we were in a relationship, actually. Thought we were going to get married, right? And he cheated on me and had a baby with somebody else. And so, all of those things. And so I was embarrassed. I was, he was almost like a part of my family. Every day my daughter liked him. And if Ebony liked somebody, you got to be halfway all right. Number one, she's protective of her mother. And number two, still call her a little girl. She ain't a little girl. But God has blessed her with wisdom. She has a system of wisdom, and she has really good discernment. And so, and so if they can get a check mark from her, they may be pretty okay. But, and so I've had these things to happen. I didn't listen to her with my second husband, though I should have. But I digress. So it's important although we may be embarrassed by some things that happen, in order for us to heal from the past, in order for us to step over into what God has for us, sometimes you just got to say, it is what it is. It is what it is. It happened. I got to acknowledge it. I got to heal from it and move forward so that I can live the life that God has designed and predestined me to live. Hey, Willano, thank you so much for joining. Adrian Massengale, hey, woman of God, thank you so much for jumping on. We're just talking about it is what it is. Life happens, things happens to the best of us. Sometimes we're embarrassed, we're ashamed about it. But how many of you know you can't hold on to the shame? You can't hold on to the embarrassment. You can't sweep that thing under the rug and act like it never happened and maybe it'll go away. Because if you sweep it under the rug, it's still under the rug, right? And so sometimes things start rotting and stinking under the rug. Have you ever been, in a house and you walk in and you're like, what is that smell, right? And so, but little do you know, something was, stuck under the rug or what have you. And so now it's been under there for a long period of time, and now it stinks and it smells and it's stinking up the whole place, right? And so that's how things happen in our lives. We sweep that thing under the rug, that abuse, that molestation. We sweep the divorce. We keep sweeping those things under the rug. And now our lives are just, it's full. It stinks. It's not good. And so because we have to do some cleaning. So it's time to say it is what it is. And it's time to do some thorough house cleaning. It's time to get our houses in order. We say we want to be married. We say that, we want to be in business, but, we still haven't done the necessary things. We still got a lot of junk. We still got a lot of trash in our house that we haven't taken care of because we've put it in a corner, right? We've put it in the back of our minds. We swept it under the rug, knowing that although it's still there, it hasn't gone anywhere. We got some unforgiveness that's stinking up our lives. We've got some malice in our hearts that's stinking up our lives from past offenses, things that we haven't let go of, people we haven't forgiven, old relationships that we haven't healed from. And so we say, ladies, we say, I'm waiting on my Boaz and my king, but we haven't forgiven from that past relationship. And if the truth be told, some of us are still sneaking out, trying to go back to that old relationship. We know that it no longer serves us. It didn't serve us while we're in it, right? But we're pretending with our girlfriends, girl, it's good. Girl, he better not call me. But our hearts are still broken. We still haven't healed from the past. On the low, we're still sending him text messages, hoping that he'll respond. Come on, ladies. So we haven't healed from that thing. And all the while, our lives are cluttered with trash and garbage that we need to put out. and make room for the good things that God has for us. Because if we still have that trash, if that trash may be in the corner, it may not be at the front door, it may be somewhere we think out of sight, out of mind. No, out of sight, it's still there. It's still there stinking up the place. It's still there causing disruption in our lives. So it's important for us, you got to face it to fix it. You got to face it to fix it. Hey, it is what it is. It happened. I don't feel good about it. Let me pull that thing from under the rug and deal with it. Yes. Hey, Anita, thank you so much for joining. Anisha, thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for joining, sis. We're talking about it is what it is. No more sweeping under the rug. Hey, Xavier. Yes, sis, LaDon. That's real talk. We got to face it to fix it. If we don't face it, we can't fix it. If we don't face it, we can't move forward to live our best lives. If we don't face it, right, we're still going to be stuck, stagnant, in the same place where we've been, still fixing ourselves up, looking good on the outside and a hot mess on the inside, because we won't face it. You got to face it to fix it. Hey, Starlet, thank you so much for joining, sis. Yeah, you got to face it to fix it. And so if that's you today, come on, y'all. Let's be real about it. The days of fronting and faking are over. Our conference last year was, the theme for our conference last year was taking off the mask. It's time to take off the mask. It is what it is, no matter how ugly it is, no matter how bankrupt we are. We're wearing designer labels, red bottoms, and all of that stuff, and no money in the bank. Come on, y'all. It is what it is. It's time to get our houses in order. And we're saying, oh, I'm prepared for my king. I'm ready for my king and don't have a penny in the bank. Oh, I'm prepared for my king. Credit jacked up. Oh, I'm ready for my king. Don't not know how to cook nothing, right? And so, I'm working on the cooking part. I'm going to just... be real with y'all. I can do a few little things and get by, but the holiday meals and the turkey and dressing, I don't know how to do that. So I'm a work in progress, but I'm working on me. I ain't sweeping that thing under the rug. It is what it is. I am not the best cook, but I'm working on it, right? Between me, YouTube, and the cooking channels, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Hey, Pastor Edwards, thank you for joining. We're talking about today, it is what it is. You got to face it to fix it. Whatever your it is, you got to face it to fix it, man. Those are the days of sweeping stuff under the rug. Those days are over. We got to get with it. We got to clean house. Our house is smelly, stinky with all that stuff. We didn't just sweep under the rug. We got to pull that rug up. As a matter of fact, pull all the carpet out. Expose everything, expose that bad attitude, expose, you need to lose a couple of pounds to get your health in order. Now, is it fair to your king to come and your health is not in order? Your body is a hot mess. Come on, ladies. We got to face it to fix it. Pull that carpet back and sweep under that rug and let's get all this stuff out in the open, because it is what it is. You got to face it to fix it. Yes, Starlet says, looking good on the inside, but a hot mess on the outside. Yeah, we got to face it. Yeah, we got to face it. We got to face it. Hey, Herman, thank you so much for joining. Yes. Katrina, don't know how to cook nothing. Now, face it. It is what it is. If you're not the best cook, just face it. Keep it real and then do the necessary to fix it. So that's the next step. I'm giving y'all way too much information. Y'all got to come to Get Up and Win the conference. So listen, that's why people don't want to pay to come to the conference, because I always give all the information for free. But I'm about to cut it off right now in just a second. Go to getupandwin.com and get the rest of this talk. No, but that's the next step. So you've got to, but on that note though, on a serious note, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. A lot of times we come on Facebook and we get all the free information, but you got to be willing to invest in yourself. What's $35 for a 4-hour conference where you're going to get a plethora of life-changing information? We got to stop that. We invest in clothes. We spend money on clothes, shoes, jewelry, food, all of that. But when it comes to investing in something that's going to enhance our lives and make our lives better, come on, y'all. Come on. It's an investment in you. And all it takes is one word to change the trajectory of your entire life. So go to getupandwin.com and so that I can see you on October the 5th. Hey, over there, Insta. Thank you for joining. Hey. Thank you so much for jumping on. Hey, Katrina Lacey. Thank you so much for joining. Absolutely. So once you face it, you got to fix it. That means you got to take action. You got to do the necessary things. You got to move your feet, as my coach says, Coach Danya Winningham says. You got to move your feet. You got to do something to fix it. Just facing it is not enough, but you got to fix it. You got to take the necessary steps to fix your situation, to improve your life. You know, a lot of times we use that it is what it is in a negative way. We use it to say, you know what? I can't cook. It is what it is. He better take me how I am. No, we're not talking about using it that way. We're talking about facing it and fix it. It is what it is. Face it, fix it. You know, and so if we want the top of the line, if we want the blessings that God has for us, the Bible says faith without works is dead. So we got to put some works with that faith and do the necessary things that's going to get us from where we are, from where we want to be, that's going to take us from faith to glory, and live the lives that God has predestined us to live. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time for today. I hope that you have enjoyed the broadcast. On Instagram, thank you so much for joining. On Facebook, I appreciate you. If you haven't already, go ahead and share the broadcast with someone else. If you're live with me today, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you're watching the watch party on Facebook, I equally appreciate you. If you are watching a replay, joining the watch party, thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to chatting with you on tomorrow. So have a great one, everyone. I appreciate you. Go to getupandwin.com. Look forward to seeing you at the conference. Much love. Bye. See you tomorrow.